So in 2022, I found myself $70,000 in credit card debt, $50,000 in back taxes owed to the IRS. I had bought a farm, which I could not really afford for a boyfriend that I was quickly realizing was a narcissist. I was the sole breadwinner and I was completely burned out. So not only did I need to find a way to pay for all this debt and survive financially, but I also needed to let go of the only job I had ever had that made decent money. So the first thing I did was leave that relationship and that house. I put all my stuff in a storage unit and I flew to Tennessee to my mother's house and laid in bed for a month. I did some work at that time because I was fully remote, but most of it was just me trying to string my clients along while I was completely incapable of working. While I was in Tennessee, I found a place to live in Oregon, and after that month was over, I flew back and stayed in an Airbnb for one night, and then the next day moved into my new housing situation, which was a roommate with another girl who had a couple dogs. I had my dog with me the entire time. I lived at that house for about 6 months, and during that time, I had legal paperwork drawn up to be able to give the house away to the narcissistic ex. My goal was to emotionally get out of that situation, and I was going to let go any financial assets I needed to get out of there. I continued to pay on my credit cards until I secured another housing situation because I needed my credit score to be good enough to be able to get into this intentional community house. So I moved into this house in April of 2023 and immediately let all my credit cards go and let my credit score tank. I continued to be on payment plans for all of the money that I owed to the IRS and the state of Oregon. I talked to a bankruptcy lawyer at that time who told me to get a job that would have a W-2 so that I would have income verification for my bankruptcy process. So once I had worked as a barista for 6 months, I then applied for bankruptcy. I closed my marketing business completely at the end of December 2023, which overlapped a little bit with my working at the coffee shop. It took me so long to get rid of that job that was burning me out so badly because I had become so addicted to the income. And now I realize that if I can lower the needs of my monthly income, I won't ever have to become addicted to a good job again. I did not have health insurance through most of this, and that's saying a lot because I've been chronically ill for a long time. I applied for Medicaid at the beginning of 2024 and they denied me, but I ended up being able to get health insurance through healthcare.gov, and it was 19 cents a month. My bankruptcy has now fully gone through and my credit report is wiped and my credit score has already recovered to 685 or something crazy like that. And I'm like, wow, this country is so fucking corrupt. I just filed for bankruptcy and you are shoving credit down my throat. I have stopped paying on my tax bills because I am no longer able to make payment plans because I now owe over $50,000. So now I just get scary letters in the mail of the IRS saying that they're going to do terrible things to me. At the beginning of this process, I kind of had to let down all of the things I was juggling and go, okay, I live on this earth. There is nothing they can really do to me. They are not going to come kill me. They are not going to come take me to jail. Anything else that happens to me, I'm willing to go through that. And my experience so far in talking to the government about owing money has been that it is based on your ability to pay. And so if my ability to pay is low, it seems like the government has understanding for that. And it's made me really clear that I don't want to save up financial assets anymore. Like, I don't think I would ever own a house again unless it was protected by a collective, so it was owned by many people. I don't want to build up a bunch of resources that someone can threaten me to take away. I would much rather just access abundance day to day and week to week. The next process that I need to go through is to contact a tax lawyer and understand the offer in compromise process. Basically, you say, hello, IRS, I owe $50,000, but I only have $5,000 to give you. In my case, I have no $1,000, so I'm not really sure what that process looks like. But like I said, I need to do more research. Everything I've learned in this process is the world will always meet you where you are. And yeah, you may lose all of your material possessions. I had to give up my car. I could not pay for much at all when I moved in here, and I had to pay everything back. And I was much happier and I was okay. And I could do it because it was just me and the wiener dog. But I tell this whole story to show you the incremental nature of it. It took me fully 2 years to close my marketing business that was burning me out. It took almost 3 years to file for bankruptcy. It's taken over 3 years to deal with the tax debt. My adrenal glands are still struggling. I am still in an active healing process from my burnout. Nothing came to destroy me along the way. Everything always freed me. I was freed once I left that relationship. And then I just had to relinquish everything. And the more that I clung to things or was afraid that I was going to lose them, the more upsetting it was. So I really was just like, take everything and I'll still be a person and I'll still be able to be alive. So I'll let you know when the process is done, but it's very close to being done. And I am no longer burning myself out with work.